My name is Jennifer Rose, and I am a spirituality coach. This week, we have been working on my 5 simple habits. And today's is, are you looking for support? I have some helpful tips for you. If you are a person that has a lot of trust issues, you may be not as open to support. And there's a reason for that. If you had a childhood that you had to do a lot of relying on yourself, it's very hard to open up the door to support. But I can tell you from my own experience that you just have to find the right person that can be your support system. So don't give up. To anybody out there that says, I can do it on my own, there may be some that can, but when you do have support, it makes your journey so much easier and you get a lot more clarity. And sometimes the person can even give you the confidence when you don't have the confidence right away within you. So my helpful tips for today on support is this. If it's a personal support or if it's a professional support, there's 5 things you should ask yourself after getting support. Number 1, did they hear you? Number 2, did they see you? Number 3, did they validate you? Number 4, did you feel supported? And number 5, the most important, even if they got the first 4, this is the most critical. Did it help? Did it help you? You could talk to the nicest, sweetest person in the world that makes you feel seen, validated, heard, supported. But at the end of the day, whatever was happening was not helping you. So when you're looking for support, look for those 5 things. Am I being seen? Am I being heard? Am I being validated? Am I feeling supported in this moment? And most critical, did it help me? Did it give me another breath of fresh air on a direction to look at a particular situation in my life? And that's what we have to do also with support. You can't go with an open-ended, fix my life. Well, what aspect of your life do you want to start with and start working on that particular part? That's why I have the 5 simple habits, so we can start with gratitude, okay? Getting that practice in. Self-care, putting myself first. 3rd, grounding, being in the now only. I can only fix now. And also the support. And then tomorrow is going to be honesty. We start simple. We don't just say, you know what? It's going to happen tomorrow. And this is the society we live in. We want instant satisfaction. We have Amazon. Literally, we have a thought of something we want, and it's at our door almost that night or the next day. When we do this work, I can guarantee you will have a new life. Same life you're living, but the way that you look at it will be entirely different. So now you have the 5 things to ask somebody, either personally or professionally. Here's my next tip. If you are going to someone personally for support, make sure you know what's happening in their life. They very well might be running on nothing, which means whatever they could possibly give you could be nothing. Or if they do give you something, that's less for them dealing with their own stuff in their own life. It's not good for them and it's not good for you. So when you're looking for somebody for support personally, make sure that they have their stuff together. Are they the person right now in their life that can give you any kind of advice, can even listen to what you're talking about? Like in the last video of commanding now, They might look like they're listening to you, but they're living in the past. They're trying to deal with something. They're worried about the future. They can't give you their full attention. So make sure you check what's going on with their personal life. So that's another helpful tip for anybody looking for somebody personally. Make sure you know what's happening in their life before you go to them for support. Now, if you're looking for somebody on a professional level, here's another tip. And you will know this, that not all therapists, professionals, or people like myself that are a licensed professional, but bringing all of my knowledge, my wisdom, my experience to the table, so what I can give you. So if you are looking for a professional in this field of helping you find your spirit, self-help, whatever it is, there are a lot of us out there. There is a lot. And we don't always work the same. And it's kind of like in real life. If you think about it, 5 people could say the same advice to you, but for some reason you listen to that one person and it resonates with you. So when you're finding someone professionally and it's not clicking with you, and you did the 5 things and they were the nicest, you felt supported and all of that, but at the end of the day, it didn't help you. It didn't help you. It didn't make your life any different than you were living yesterday or the day before or the day before. If you're working with a professional and you do not see your life turning around, and I give it to the professional too. We, as a group, can only do so much. We have an hour to spend with you, but when you're not with us for that rest of the week, you have to be the one doing the work that we talked about in our hour session. If you don't, and you come back and you're talking to us again about the same stuff, there's only so much another human can do for you. So now tip number 3, probably the most important, is make sure you are your first support system. Meaning you have a mechanism to say, okay, I have this issue going on. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and here I'm going to do this. Now, working with a professional, they might have a plan for you to be able to say, okay, when this happens, I want you to break it down like this, and all week you go do that. So that way you are not always leaning on your support system and then they become the crutch that you live your life with. You have to be the one to start driving your own car. It doesn't mean somebody can be in the passenger seat with you as you're getting through this difficult time, but they're showing you how to drive your own car, so eventually you don't need us. And that's what happens. When you start doing the work, you graduate. Because you in yourself say, I want to do this on my own. I want to have my own confidence. I have my self-love. I have my self-worth. I have my mechanisms in place. But I know if I can't, for whatever reason, I have that professional support there, or I have that personal support there. So tip number 1, make sure you ask yourself the 5 questions. Did they hear me? Did they see me? Did they validate me? Did they support me? And most important, did they help me? Number 2, make sure you are looking at what your support person is. What is going on in their life? Personally, professionally, same thing. If they are there in their field, but they're not helping you at the end of the day, look for somebody that will help you. Don't give up. And number 3, most important, you are your first line of defense for every single thing happening in your life. So the only common denominator is you. You have to be your strongest support system. So I hope these were helpful tips for you. You can certainly take a look at my Rose channel for my first support video that I did last year for any more tidbits that you might find helpful to you. Also, if there is a social media that one of my videos is not, for whatever reason, posting, you can certainly go to my YouTube channel and you will find all of my work library there. I am going to start putting out some philosophies on just my YouTube channel too. So if you're interested in that, please go subscribe to my Rose channel and you will be able to see what is coming up next. Blessings to all who see this. Have a great day. I hope you feel supported. I am here. Bye.